All right, everybody, so welcome to the weekly bass fishing report. So if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe. It helps me out a whole lot. If you have any questions or anything to add, always drop a comment down below. I love talking fishing with you guys. So let's jump into it. So obviously not a whole lot's changed. I mean, we're basically just in dead fall. And this is a time of the year where lakes and rivers and stuff tend to turn over. Now, I'm not going to say every lake and river turns over, but as a general consensus, most will, and there's a bunch of different ways to identify that. One of the ways is, you know, you'll see it in the water. I mean, it's kind of like just off color in the water, like a dingiest brown. It's where sediment's stirred up and it's coming to the surface. And during this time, it can be really difficult. So some of the lakes that I fish, they're turned over right now. And what happens is when that flips, the oxygen levels throughout the lake drop, so the water quality goes down and stuff like that, and fish will go a little bit deeper. And when I say a little bit deeper, it kind of depends on your lake, but one of the lakes that I typically like to fish, they're just hanging out at 15 foot and they're just acting funky. They really don't want to eat, and those times can be difficult. There's a couple different ways to counteract that, which I covered that in another video. But some lakes that are not turned over, you're going to find fish in the same places, you know, main lake, backs of creeks, backs of pockets, stuff like that. You're going to find them about the same as you have been finding those fish, but you know, using baits to mimic the bait fish that they're chasing, crawfish patterns, brim patterns, stuff like that. You're going to catch fish doing that, but like I said, they're going to be in your typical areas, your main lake, stuff like that. Now, if your lake's turned over, you know, those fish will go deeper, so you'll have to target them in that range. And just because you see them, or if you find them, or you get a bump, doesn't mean that they're going to eat. This time of year, they just kind of act a little funky. We call it the bass flu, but you know, either way, guys, kept it short and sweet. That's really the simplicity of this week. Pretty much the same patterns. You're going to be running the same patterns, and you know, when you get those real off days, typically that means your lake's turned over, or you know, there's some other things going into motion, whether it's tournament pressure or anything like that. You know, maybe just a lot more boats on the water. But either way, guys, I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.